Melanie from jarofthreads.com, and I'm back with my mini album. If you can hear some noise in the background, it's my son Lucas playing Pac-Man 256 on the iPad. So yeah, I'm back making my album, and I'm hoping I will have enough time to voice over this video before my son Leon wakes up from his nap. Anyway. So here you can see me cutting some pink cardstock to, I think it was 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 to cover the inside of my book. This step is not necessary, you'll see why further along this video, but I like my covers to be quite solid, so the more layers you've got on your cover, the better it is for me, I think. Trust me, it's not, as I say, it's not necessary. You'll see why in a few moments. And here I'm struggling with my type as usual, and sorry, my voice. Yeah, I'm using a lot of type in this video, and if you don't like watching people tearing type up and gluing things down, then maybe you should watch another video, because there's going to be a lot of that. I'm going to do a lot of it off camera as well. So this one I'm gonna glue on the other side, and this tape doesn't come up, so if you put something down wrong, it stays down wrong, or you're going to have a lot of tearing and stuff. So now I'm going to cut my tags, and my tags I'm going to cut them to 4.5 by 6.5, and I think that's gonna work. But as you'll see in a few minutes, in about 10 minutes probably, it's not gonna work so well, but never mind. For the moment, let's just pretend it's gonna be all fine and dandy. So yeah, I'm cutting a bunch of them at 4.5. A bunch. I'm cutting 6 of them. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of cutting and a lot of gluing in this video. So in this video, I'm gonna finish the album without the pictures. I will do a flip through the album next week with all the pictures, hopefully. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to get pictures organized for this video, and this video is already 15 minutes long, so really, that's plenty long for this one. And now I'm going to make tabs for my tags to go inside my pockets and my pages. So I'm using a Studio Calico die. It was in a stamp and die set. I have no idea what it's called. It's from Studio Calico. They probably still have it on their website. And here I'm going to try 2 different versions to glue them down. The first version is putting a bit of double-sided tape on the top of the tab and then gluing it down like so, and then I'm going to realize that's actually very tricky to do that. And I'm not measuring anything, I'm just eyeballing the center. If it's not perfect, that's fine by me. I don't like to be too precise. I can do precise, but it wasn't very important for this part, I think. And here I realize that there's a much easier way, which is to actually just put a bit of tape on the tag first, and then glue one side down, and then put some tape to glue the other side of the tab. And I'm using double-sided tape because I like double-sided tape more than liquid glue, but if you like liquid glue more than tape, just use that instead. There's no reason to use one or the other. And here I'm going through the papers I'm going to use. So I'm going to start by picking, I think, 6 different paper. I'm not sure, or just 3. I'm not sure what I did. 3, I think. And I'm going to cut mats from that, photo mats. I don't know if you can hear my son's game. It's very irritating for me. But he's been very good, and that keeps him quiet while I'm recording this voiceover. So I'm cutting my mat for my tags that I've just made a few minutes ago. So I need my mat to be 4¼ by 6¼ so that's what you see me measuring, and I'm trying to conserve paper and not use, not to have too much waste. So that's why you see me being very careful cutting it there, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm starting by removing the branding strip, and then I'm going to make a cut at 6¼ until 8½, because I know I want to cut 2 of them, I think. Maybe it didn't just yet. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to line up with 8½, and come up to this line. And here I didn't finish the line properly. It wasn't working very well, so I had to do some math to figure out where I wanted to cut. So here I'm cutting to 4½, so to 4¼ and I'm going to make 6 of those, and I think I'm going to do some of that off camera because it's rather boring to be watching me doing that. So yeah, I hope you've been having a nice week. It's been school holidays for us, so it's a bit, we've been doing a lot of things already in this week, but today is a bit of a quieter day because I need a rest. So yeah, you can see me going through more papers, and I've cut them all up, and while I was cutting them up I also did cut the mat for my pages and covers inside and out. So here you can see them, and all the papers I've cut, and now you're going to see me glue that down. So I'm going to start, I'm going to show you how it's going to work, and this bright pink one is going to be the spine one, but I'll do that next. I'm going to start by gluing the tags, I think, and I'm going to use a bunch of tape. If you do this kind of project and you think you may have enough tape, you probably don't have enough and you need to buy some more. I used, I think, 3 rolls of those. I got this double-sided tape from my Tudor shop, and yeah, I've used 3 rolls of it already on this project. So that's quite a lot, and it's very sticky. It's incredibly sticky for a cheap tape. It's actually too sticky. A good quality tape will let you lift something up before it's burnished, or before it's been cured for a while, but this one no. And off camera I went and I glued everything down. I glued the spine. For the spine, what I'm showing you here is that I didn't put any tape on the fold, because if you put tape on the fold it's going to tear the papers up every time you open and close the book. So you need to leave the fold without glue of any kind to allow a little bit of movement there. And I'm going to glue my ribbon, which is going to be my closure for this album. And you can see I've got a blue and a pink because I wasn't sure which one would work, and I'm going to use the pink one, which funnily enough is the one I used on my mum's book last year, so they will look the same at least for that. And here again I'm eyeballing the middle, and I'm using one side to line up the other side. And off camera I'm cutting the ribbon because it was just one piece, and I'm going to use my cover pieces and glue that down. A lot of gluing down. So here you can see I've changed the way I'm putting my tape down. I've first put the long strips first and peel that off, and then put the short strip and pull that off. I do that because it's a very wide tape, and I thought it worked a little bit better that way than putting very short bit of tape in the middle. And because it's very sticky, you don't need that much tape. You certainly don't need to put some in the middle of your papers because it's incredibly sticky. And here I'm going to try and lift it up, and it's not gonna. I'm not sure if it's this one. One of them had tried to lift it up and it wasn't coming up, so I left it as it was. And I'm going to have a boo-boo. I'm going to have several boo-boos coming up, so if you think that was all perfect until now, well, it's not going to be perfect. My first boo-boo is using tape on the hinge. I should know better. It's not the first time I've made a book, and sorry, my voice is very weird today. Yeah, the problem with tape is that it stays sticky for a long time, and when you want to put a tag in, yeah, it's not going to work. I'm going to try again, and it's not going to work because it's sticky, and the tag is sticking to the page, to the side, and it's not going to work. It's not working. So what do? Well, I pull it off, and I'm praying that it's not going to break my hinge. It worked just, and now I've gone and I got my strong craft glue, which is going to work a bit better, but I will still have to trim my tags down to fit in the pockets, because when I did my measurement I didn't really think about the hinge taking some space in my pages. And here you can see me using a tissue to wipe the excess glue. When you do this kind of pages, you want to spread the glue towards the outside of the page and not towards the inside, otherwise it's going to glue your page shut inside, and that's not something you want to do. And you want to have a tissue or a bit of kitchen towel at the ready to wipe the excess glue without putting it on your fingers. And here you can see I've glued all my pages, and that's when I realized that it's not going to work. I knew that now that it wasn't going to work, but I also knew that it was not much that needed to be off. So I'm going to remove about 16th of an inch, something like that, a millimeter or two from the side of the tag, and I'm going to do it on 3 sides, and that's going to work mostly. I know it's not perfect, but you know what? Perfection is overrated. My sanity is much more valuable than perfection. So, and my mum won't mind that it's not perfect. And here you can see that it's working fine, and it's gonna work better as I keep, pulling the tags in and out. So here it was a bit sticky, so I had to fight a little bit for it. So I'm going to start with the other ones, and I'm going to remove them all, I think, and give a good jiggle, and it's gonna work. And now I just have to go and print some pictures. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you're making mini albums. I know I could have, bought a 4x4 or a 6x8 Project Life album or something like that, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have to cut down pictures and edit pictures to fit in the pockets. I know it's a bit silly because I've done a bunch of cutting and stuff, but that's fun. Cutting pictures is not my favorite part. Here I can just print pictures and put them down on the page, and it's done. The boring part. So yeah, let me know if you make your own mini albums, and link me to videos or blog posts and stuff if you want me to have a look. And I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you next week, hopefully with another 12x12 layout. And yeah, have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye bye.